I kept hearing it, this faint, almost rhythmic creak, like someone shifting their weight just above me or below me. I've lived in my little studio apartment for 3 years. It's not much, just one large room, a kitchenette, and a tiny bathroom. The building's old, but it's cheap, and the landlord never bothers me. There's this crawlspace hatch in the ceiling above my kitchenette. I'd always assumed it was for maintenance, the kind of thing you never pay attention to, until about 6 weeks ago, when I started noticing things weren't where I'd left them. At first, it was tiny stuff, a mug on the wrong shelf, my phone charger draped over a different chair, the salt shaker upside down. I thought maybe I was just tired from work. Then my groceries started going missing. Not the whole bag, just little things. Half a loaf of bread, a few eggs, 1 apple. I figured maybe I was just forgetful. But then, I started waking up in the middle of the night. It was always around 3 a.m. There'd be this sound, faint but distinct, like wood bending. Sometimes it was followed by a slow scraping noise, like fabric brushing against something rough. Once, I swear I heard breathing, soft, steady, and not mine. I told myself it was the building settling. Old pipes, rats, anything but the thought creeping into my mind. One Saturday afternoon, I came home early from work. I unlocked my door and froze. The smell hit me first, stale sweat, something earthy, almost like damp soil. My bed was rumpled, the blanket folded halfway down like someone had been lying there. I stood there, heart pounding, listening. The apartment was silent. I checked the closet. Empty. I looked under the bed. Nothing. Then my eyes drifted upward, toward the hatch. There was a faint scuff mark along the wall beneath it, like a shoe had brushed against the paint. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept staring at that hatch in the ceiling, telling myself I'd call the landlord in the morning. But then, at 2:57 a.m., I heard it again. A slow, deliberate creak. Then another. My skin prickled. I grabbed my phone, switched on the flashlight, and angled it toward the hatch. For a second, I saw nothing, just wood and dust. Then, something shifted in the dark. It was small, just the glint of an eye reflecting the light back at me. I gasped, stumbling backward, my phone slipping from my hand. The beam swung wildly before landing on the floor. By the time I grabbed it again, the hatch was closed. I didn't sleep at all. In the morning, I called the landlord. I told him there was someone in the crawl space. He sighed and said it wasn't possible. The crawl space was only a few feet tall and sealed off. Still, he promised to send someone to check. When the maintenance guy came, he brought a ladder. I watched as he unlocked the hatch and pushed it open. He shined his light inside, frowning. "Looks clear," he said after a moment. "Just insulation. No signs of anyone up here." I wanted to believe him, but as he climbed down, I noticed something in his hand. It was a balled-up piece of fabric. He didn't mention it, just stuffed it into his tool bag. That night, I tried to convince myself it was over, but I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was still there, watching. A few days later, I set up my phone to record while I slept. The next morning, I opened the video. For the first few hours, nothing. Then, at 3:04 a.m., the hatch opened, slowly, silently. A man's head emerged. His hair was matted, his face thin, his eyes wide and alert. He climbed down halfway, crouched there, and just watched me sleep for over an hour. Then he climbed back up, closing the hatch without a sound. I went straight to the police. They searched the crawl space again. This time they found a thin sleeping bag, a few empty water bottles, food wrappers. But the man was gone. They never caught him. Now, every night I lie in bed staring at that hatch, because sometimes I hear it again, the creak, the slow scrape of fabric, and I know he might be back.